Ladies and gentlemen,
Have you ever had an item that you love, but it's too big? It felt like a dress on me. Have you ever had it? Well, I need to figure out how to make this my size. So I'm thinking about making something interesting, creative out of this little item. Let me see what I can do. Check this out. So, if you don't know, Tim the artist reporting live. I am not just a painter. I also know how to sew. And I'm putting some skills to work. Actually, trying some new things out so that way I can see if this works or if it doesn't work. I mean, in my opinion, in the artistic mindset, there is no mistakes. But let's check out this ending and let's see how this come out. Hopefully, it comes out to the way if I really enjoy it. But I think it may be something cool. So as you can see, what I am doing here is I am actually taking in the sides of this shirt. If you notice that it does have a lot of blue on the sides, so I am completely taking this out of the equation, and this is going to be able to draw it in a lot more to from a 3X to a hopefully a large, which I wear a large or extra large. And as you can see, after taking it in, it was so long that I was thinking, like, it's kind of like a dress, but if it's in a crop top like this, now, now I think we got something here. Just look it up. Look at it. Yeah, I think this is fire right here. So yeah, I think I need to crop top this item, and yeah, make it short. So what I'm doing here is I'm using safety pins. I know a lot of people use other items, but me, I use safety pins because they're easy to put in, they're pretty sturdy, don't even move, and then also I don't poke myself, so I use these. And I think the best way of um, making this into a crop top is I did a um, fold around a complete uh, bottom portion of where I'm gonna end up doing my stitching at, and I'm pushing these safety pins all the way through the fabric, so that way both sides won't move. Um, and then I'm gonna have this big huge lip available for me to be able to sew in. And I'm gonna show you what that looks like in just a moment. But in my opinion, this is the best way that I can actually get this done and make sure that it is completely even all around the waistline. So I use these safety pins as a way of holding it together. So yeah, perfect square. Should be a really nice fit. And as you can see, that's the mouth, the lip that I was talking about. I'd be able to sew all the way around without me moving it and throwing it around. You can see I went all the way across, all the way through the fabric with the safety pins. So yeah, that's the lip. I'll be able to sew on that line and won't have to worry about it moving. So we're about to get to sewing. As you can see, a straight line here, and I am about to get working. Let me show you how this thing is gonna end up looking.
It didn't surprise me because this war is being fought in a very profoundly economically
So I
sensitive
want
way.
at least
Iran
a
is
half of
exporting
an inch lip
$250,000 drones to
to be able to
farmers.
have the freedom
This
to work
initiative
within that half of an inch
as much
if
as
I needed to
the thing that I'm
stitch
paying close
anything
attention to, I guess, are three
in
things. One is
between
the
those.
price of oil. That's very much part of Iran's strategy to spike the price of oil. The
So
second
now
is
I am
Republicans,
honestly just
and that's the
going
narrative
with
that
the
I would
flow.
deny.
So
Republicans seem to be
I
supporting
brought
Assad.
the shirt
They've
in
pressured the
to
Western
fit me
countries
from a
to
3X
sign on
to a
this
large,
$200
decided to make it into a crop top shirt instead of how long it originally was. It went damn near down to my knees, so it kind of looked like a dress at first. So just going with the flow. Um, right now, I am making this into a crop top and using my sewing skills and my artistic creativity abilities. I am thinking that another accent to this shirt will make it pop just a little bit more to have people asking questions. Where did you get that shirt from? That is always the question that I'm looking to have asked to me. Where did you get that from? So I can seem very, very, very unique and say, yep, I modified this. Going around this edge can be very tedious because as I'm trying to keep a straight line, um, going around this fabric, there's low areas and there's high areas. An area where there's limited amount of fabric to stitch through, and areas where there's a lot of fabric to stitch through. So I noticed that with stitching on this machine, I really, to get the best results, I have to go slow. So check this out. Look at this. Perfect line. Beautiful. Yeah, you see how that lip was a success? Now see if you open it up, you see how thick that fabric was? So that's what I was going through. I was going real slow through there so I can get a perfect stitch. This looks good. I really like this. See, now this is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. Perfect straight edge, front and back. They both match up parallel to one another. I must admit, yeah, let me take out these safety pins and then I can really show you exactly the reason. If anybody's not using safety pins, I don't know what. I know you're using those other um, sewing pins, but you must be a very, very gifted individuals to use those little small sewing pins. These safety pins, I know for sure these bells ain't coming out. So I don't, I won't ever lose my place in line. So let me make sure I put these back because these things do poke you. But yeah, yeah. Check it out. Check it out. I'm taking out the back part. Um, yeah, look how fresh this is. Crop top, baby. So I'm thinking with all this right here. So now I gotta take this part off, and trying to see what's the best way of extracting it, cutting it off. Let me show you the inside. This, see, you see all that fabric? See all that extra excess fabric? That's how big this shirt really was. To have all this excess fabric, this shirt had to be super large. So let me cut this off. And I'm trying to be very mindful, very careful, because I do not want to make a mistake and cut a part of the shirt that should not be cut. And I'm thinking that if I can keep as much of this material as possible, I may be able to do something creative with it. I was actually thinking about using it and drawing the rabbit logo on the fabric and cutting it out and sewing it on the back. So that's an idea that I had with this fabric, is using the fabric, dyeing the fabric into the as a blue, like the blue on the side here that I'm cutting off, dyeing that fabric and then cutting it out as the shape of the rabbit, which is the logo, and stitching it on the back of this shirt. I thought about that. I thought that may be a great idea to do something like that. Um, Now, I'm just like brainstorming. So this is where I get my best ideas, is by just going with the flow. Again, let me show you what I don't want to make. I don't want to make the mistake and cut this. So I'm taking my time, and I'm gonna cut this as even as I possibly can. It doesn't have to be perfect because the way I sewed this piece of fabric, no matter what, on the outside, you're always going to see the best side of this stitch, the way I sewed it. So I'm just trying to get as close as I possibly can to the stitch line, but not that close to the stitch line. I want plenty of meat for the stitch to be able to hold up and be able to be strong in that area. Okay, so we're gonna make sure we cut all this off and check this out. Look how much look. So first of all, look how much material I have. Look at all this material. Now, do you think I should throw this away? No, we ain't throwing it away. I'm gonna use it for something else. I'm gonna toss it over there. And now look at this. Look at this. So we also have material on the side that I need to cut off and discard of. So let me tell you that it's almost like filleting a fish. The way I sewed this, when I had folded it, it made it kind of hard for me to cut this little piece off. So I was finally able to get in there doing a little surgery. I call it filleting a fish, and I was finally able to get that cut off, and now I'm pulling it with my opposite arm, doing some acrobatic type stuff right now to try to get this piece cut off. But as you can see, when you finally see the final result on this side of as far as where I actually stitched the new size, you will see that it's gonna be fresh. Now check this out. I want to get this last edge and the last little stem here. Yeah, there we go. So watch this. Look how fresh this is. Look how clean that line is. So that's what I'm gonna have to do on this side here. Just check me out. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Again, I gotta fillet this fish, and because some reason I was trying to wait to cut off this material. I should have went ahead and cut it off, but it's fine. It's okay. We good. We good. No matter what, just gotta trim those edges. Yeah. Okay. So once I take off this end, wait and see how fresh this entire piece is gonna look just on the inside out. Yeah, see now as we come to the end, just check out how fresh this entire piece is gonna be. Check this out. Look how fresh that line is. Ooh wee. Yeah, almost done. Almost done. And when I finish, I'm gonna try it on and see what else I can perhaps find to add to this piece. Now let's turn it inside out, and I'm gonna show you removing all that excess material inside the shirt. Makes the shirt a lot lighter. Yeah, look at that. Now that's a perfect, look how fresh that is. Perfect line. Look how fresh that is. Perfect line. Yeah, this is, oh yeah, perfect, 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 perfect. Look at that. It busts together so well. Limited blue now on the side. As you can see, the blue, I took a lot of the blue off. Yeah, that belly looks good. Like it's been like it's went through a fasting. So this piece, I use a washable marker, did like a straight line here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew this piece together to make one solid piece. Okay, check this out. When I make one solid piece out of this, I'm gonna actually sew it together again, but I'm gonna also cut off the sides here, and that way I can be able to open it up, cut off the excess blue. Don't need it, don't want it. And check it out how it looks when I open it up. So I need to cut off a little bit more on the other side. Okay, and once I get this cut off, it should be able to open up fully. Yeah. And I again, I thought about, see how tight that stitch is. It's really nice. So I thought about drawing the rabbit on the back of this, on this piece of fabric, drawing the rabbit logo on this piece of fabric, and then also dyeing it. But I don't know. I think it's too. It's not. It's too soft. It's too soft for me to do something like that. I mean, the fabric. It's cool idea, but I think with this particular fabric, it wouldn't look. I don't know. I think this fabric is not coarse enough, so I'm gonna remove this excess, just cutting as close as I possibly can to the washable marker. I am gonna wash this piece to get that blue marker off, and then dry it before attaching it to the shirt. But yeah, this I think this piece is gonna look really really good if I can figure out what I want to do with it. So close that up. Yeah, look at this piece. This is a good piece of fabric. Again, nothing goes to waste. We're gonna use it all, even the piece that cut off. So, what y'all think I should do with this? What y'all think I should do with this? What would y'all use this piece for? How would you use it? What are some ideas that you have for maybe a shirt that you may be altering with the excess material? So this is the idea that it came up with. Check this out. What do you think? So I had this idea about doing a full pocket. So I'm gonna tack it down with my safety pins. I figured that if it's butted with the bottom part of the shirt, it should give me a nice little clean look. So I'm gonna use my safety pins and tack it to this piece and see how it comes together. Again, we're just going with the flow. Just going with the flow. So let's see how this develops. I just want to choose the right size pins because I have big ones, small ones, and very very tiny ones. Mitts into the pot. But I know for sure that I need my mid-size ones right now, so that way I can really just get around the larger ends of the shirt to tack the fabric to the shirt, so I can figure out how I'm gonna do this. And so I had this idea about having the front pocket almost like a sweater, almost like a sweater. So I'm gonna tack it all the way around the edges. I'm gonna use my measuring and do like at least a 1 inch from the sides of the shirt, and it'll be at least 1 inch on each side. So what is done on one side must be done on the other side. So and then now it's time to make the pockets. And I decided I'm gonna do 5 inches, measure 5 inches out from the edge of the shirt to the top portion of the pocket, so that way it's more symmetrical. When people are looking at the pocket, looking at the shirt, and they see the pocket and they see it in front of me, it's very symmetrical in my body. But I got two different sets of pins. I am safety pinning the pocket to the shirt, and I'm also safety pinning the pocket. I'm sorry, the pocket, so that way the pocket can stay in play. So when I do take the pocket off the shirt, I'm ready to sew. Because you can see I have excess material around this corner edge of this pocket. So eventually I am going to have to cut that off. I mean, eventually have to sew this together and cut that off. So I want to make sure it's very symmetrical. Make sure the measurements lines up 5 inches on this side. And again, I'm about to do the exact same thing on the other side. Yes, this can appear to seem like it takes some time, but I really enjoy doing this, and making my own fashion has always been a passion of mine. It's just instead of creating something new, I'm just gonna make something out of something that's already been done. So, gotta do it to the other side. Here we go. I'm gonna do this pocket right now and pin it up. So, I'm working my way around the pocket, trying to get the edges stitched up. Let's see how this comes out. All right, you got a little snip here. Now check out that pocket. Look how clean that is. You see how clean this is? So, yep, almost done. Just got to do the other side here. And I got to take these safety pins out first, but let's go ahead and run it through, Do it to the other side. It's a tedious project, but I love it. Now, I am attaching the pocket to the front of this shirt. Going around, very easy, very steady. Trying to make sure that I don't mess up, because this is the most critical part of putting the pocket on the front of the shirt. Because I have came to the conclusion that what if the pocket was, instead of like one pocket, you have two pockets. So it appears that I am almost done. Just need to cut off this excess thread here. And let's take a look at the final product here. And like I said, I got two pockets. So I got a pocket on the top, pockets on the bottom, both sides. Yeah, check this out. Check this out. Look, this is fire. See, pockets on the top, pockets on the bottom. Yeah, symmetrical. This looks good. I think this is a fire piece. Ladies and gentlemen, check out this fire shirt. I can't believe I had it in me. It looks like I'm about ready to go for a duel. Where my sword at? I like this. Pocket on the bottom, pocket on the top. This gives me a nice little feel that I feel like this shirt just went 3 times higher, elevated. I don't have any words for it, but I really like this shirt. It's fire. I think I did a good job. This took me initially a day to do. So the modification was quick, easy. I had a clear picture idea of what I wanted to do here, but I can't wait to wear this shirt for my art show. It's going to be cold-blooded. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Ladies and gentlemen.